Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Got a comment in here which was insightful, made me think a little bit. This is from Jan Vizal. I hope I'm saying that right. That's their YouTube username. Nikon 35mm f1.8G AFS DX. That's my favorite Nifty 50 for my APS-C DSLR. So obviously for Nikon. But I guess you could adapt it to an A6000 or the Sony APS-C cameras. But this is interesting because a lot of times we don't think of that as a Nifty 50, but essentially it is. Like take for instance Panasonic, they relatively new lens, the 25mm f1.7. It's basically a Nifty 50. The field of view becomes a 50mm, and it's an f1.7. So it's Panasonic's answer to the Nifty 50. A cost value economical 50mm. And truly, the reason I like 50s on APS-C bodies is that they're not 50s. They're, the field of view on a Nikon is 75mm, closer to an 80 on a Canon, and that's very close to a portrait lens, the traditional 85mm portrait lens, and that's why I love 50s so much. That's why I have 50s. On a GX8, the 50 becomes a 100. On a D3400, the 50 becomes a 75. And that's why I have a 1.4D there, and that's why I have an older Minolta that I use adapted. And so obviously I like 50s, but I like them because they're longer. Jan's point is that the 35 is actually, they say it's their favorite Nifty 50, which is true, because 35 with the 1.5 crop factor is actually closer to a 50 on an APS-C body than a 50 is. So, just curious, what do you guys think? Are you a fan of the actual 50mm focal range? See, I guess I'm not, which sounds funny because I just said how much I like 50s. But I like the 50s on APS-C. I don't really care for the 50mm on a full frame body. So I like it longer. I like the 50 on Micro Four Thirds because it's 100mm. And if you have a fast 50 like this f1.2, now I've got a 100mm f1.2. Pretty impressive. But a 50mm on full frame just is kind of boring to me. I mean, I don't mind them. I have shot with them. I've played with this on the D810. I've played with several of them on the D810 and the D610 and the D750. And they're nice because they're fast and they're inexpensive, but I prefer an 85. I love the 85 f1.8G on full frame. But Jan's point is well taken because the 35 is close to a 50 on APS-C. And so maybe that's why, I owned that 35 DX f1.8. It's one of the best values out there. It's a very, very sharp lens, very good performing lens, very value priced. I was never that big a fan of it, not for any reason of the quality or sharpness or image quality of the lens, just that it's not a field of view, it's not a focal length that is something that just for me and my style that I tend to like. I tend to like longer. What do you guys think? Do you like Jan said, the 35 is a true 50 on APS-C, like something that becomes very close to a 50? Is that what you like to shoot? Or are you more like me where you like the 50 on APS-C because it gives you closer to a portrait range of 85? Let me know what you guys think. Looking forward to hearing your feedback, hearing what you have to say. Thanks for your comment, Jan, and stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com. Thanks.